संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Dear brothers, Swami Bodhmayanand ji, Atmaghananand ji, Swami Bodhmayanand ji, Swami Shuddhidanand ji, revered Swami Atmaghananand ji, Dr. Sudha Sheshayan, Srimati Harini Verma, all the respected monks present here, dear brothers, sisters, friends. I have been told to give presidential speech. Presidential speech always difficult, because by the time your time comes, all have spoken and have exhausted the points. And that job becomes more difficult when you don't know the language. So I have to take the help of others to get the gist of the speeches. I hope I will not be wrong. So just now we had wonderful speeches from all the speakers on this topic, Swami Ramakrishnananda and his services in South India. And we had first of all the felicitation address from Dr. Sudha Sheshayan, and she very nicely told about one particular thing which gives the gist of the whole personality of Shashi Maharaj. She said, Shashi Maharaj is Bhakti personified. If you want to see what is Bhakti, look at the life of Shashi Maharaj. Then only you will understand what is true Bhakti. So, and then she told many things, how in 1897 Swami Vivekananda sent him to Madras saying that I will be sending an orthodox monk who will be more orthodox than any of you, and how he spread the message of Guru Maharaj, what all difficulties they met. In fact, in very short time, she gave the whole gist of the life of Shashi Maharaj and his specialities. Srimati Harini Verma also gave a beautiful talk. She narrated her own experience, how Swami Tapasyananji Maharaj caught hold of her and to give her services for the Sarda Vidyalaya. She was new and she had no confidence, but Tapasyananji Maharaj had confidence in her, and that is how she is able to manage 12 institutions of Sarda Vidyalaya. That is all because of the confidence put on her by the monks of Ramakrishna Mission. And that is the main work of Ramakrishna Mission, to prepare the men and women for the great work. That is what she said. And at the last she told, may Ramakrishna Math and Mission become Kalpataru for the poor people. What a wonderful idea. Kalpataru, then if Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission become Kalpataru for the poor and uneducated, that will be really serving the very mission. Swami Shuddhidanand ji started with a very important message, how Swami Shashi Maharaj had told Ramakrishnanand ji, do we have faith in God? If we have faith in God, there will be no fear and anxiety in our mind. If there is fear and anxiety in our mind, that means true faith, true Shraddha has not yet come into our life. That was a very good observation from the teachings of Swami Ramakrishnananda ji. He also told Swami Vivekananda wanted to take the name Ramakrishnananda for himself. But seeing the Guru Bhakti of Shashi Maharaj, he changed his idea and gave the name Swami Ramakrishnananda to Shashi Maharaj rather than taking himself. That also he told. And for him, the Sri Ramakrishna's photograph was not a photograph, it was a living presence. He gave a lot of examples, and he was a great scholar, apart from being a great bhakta. And he said that when there was no audience, his work did not stop. With the same dedication, he performed his duty. And most importantly, the great work that he did in South India, whatever tremendous work that he did in South India in very few years, but he did not take credit to himself. He thought he is just an instrument of the Lord. And that is the speciality about Shashi Maharaj. Swami Bodhmayanand ji said his topic was that Bodhmayanand's topic was ambassador to South India. So he clarified that Swami Ramakrishnananda was not a political ambassador. He was a spiritual ambassador. And being a spiritual ambassador, the great work that he did was to uplift the spiritual level of the people of South India. And that is the great work that he did. And Swami Vivekananda always selected the right person for the right job and for the right places. He gave the examples how he chose Swami Abhidanand for America and Shashi Maharaj for South India and all that. He also said how he founded Madras Math, Bangalore Math, and so many other centers in South India by touring all the places and hard work that he did. And lastly, he said the blissful smile, and he showed the photograph of Shashi Maharaj himself, what a blissful smile that he carried, and that was his message, carry the blissful smile. Swami Atmagananandji Maharaj, within a very short time, he gave the whole gamut of Shashi Maharaj within just 5 minutes. And also, he said that the Guru Bhakti of a true saint cannot be measured, giving a proverb of Tamil that even if you can count the waves of an ocean, you cannot measure the true bhakti of a soul like Shashi Maharaj. So we had beautiful speeches and very little to add. So what I would do is that I will share a very interesting incident which I heard from Swami Vireshwarananda, who was the 10th president of Ramakrishna order. So he said the days that Shashi Maharaj passed here were very difficult. And some of the difficulties we know. We know how difficult it was. Sometimes there were no items to offer to Sri Ramakrishna, and once he was passing the veranda and quarreling with Sri Ramakrishna. Okay, today is nothing in the store to offer you. Don't worry, I am going to offer sand to you. I will offer sand to you as offering, and I will take the prasad. You are taking my test, I will also take your test. I will offer sand to you, you have to eat, and I will also eat the prasad. Like this is quarreling. And suddenly one man comes with all the items, and immediately Shashi Maharaj starts working and then says, Guru Maharaj, please pardon me for quarreling with you. Like that there are many incidents. We know how difficult what is life. But here Vireshwarananda gave a different type of difficulty. One man came to the Math, Madras Math at the time, as a guest. Later on it was discovered that he was a CID officer. And he had come because at that time, in the morning also told that the British government was suspicious because many monks earlier were revolutionaries and they had joined the Ramakrishna mission. So they were always suspicious of the Ramakrishna mission. So one CID officer had come to find out what really these people are doing. So Shashi Maharaj invented a model method, a novel method of getting rid of him. What he did was that he told the people, the cook, to mix lot of stones, small stones with the rice and offered to that CID officer. So that officer was not able to eat that rice. He said, what is this? What type of rice it is? You see, we are all monks. We have to take whatever we get, And this is how he dispatched. The CID officer immediately went away from the mutt. So these are the Shashi Maharaj had that presence of mind also and had that intellect also to solve the problems when they come. He had equal devotion towards Swami Vivekananda. In the last of few days, he was suffering when he had tuberculosis in Calcutta, last few days. Then he told his sevak, do you know why I am suffering? Because I have beaten Shiva. The sevak could not understand, beaten Shiva? How is it possible? He said, do you know, Swami Vivekananda is Shiva himself. And once it so happened that he was trying to offer something to Sri Ramakrishna, and he had made elaborate rules that before this offering is given to Sri Ramakrishna, nobody should touch it. Swami Vivekananda was of Advaita type. He said, what all these things, rules you are making? What will happen? Nothing will happen. You see, you are offering this plate, now I am taking this banana. And he started eating. And Shashi Maharaj got so furious, he just gave a nice beating in his back. And Swamiji started laughing. Then Shashi Maharaj remembered, that because I had beaten, and Shiva, Swamiji is Shiva himself. So because I had beaten Shiva, so today I am suffering because of him. See his devotion towards Swamiji, how he looked upon Swamiji. That is what. And that is how he was worshipping Sri Ramakrishna in Baranagar and Alam Bazar. And yet, immediately, as soon as Swami Vivekananda ordered, he immediately came to Madras. And Swami Vivekananda did not tell anybody. But when he passed away on 4 July 1902, Shashi Maharaj had a vision in which Swamiji said, Shashi, I have spat out my body. Then second day he got a telegram, yes, Swamiji had left his body on 4th July 1902. So Swamiji had a special love for Shashi Maharaj. Shashi Maharaj had special love for Swami Vivekananda and special devotion towards it, apart from the devotion towards Sri Ramakrishna. Now, as far as his teachings are concerned, there are various books that have been published, and all these books have been now compiled under the beautiful 3 volumes, complete works of Swami Ramakrishnananda. But I will not tell about that. If you get time, please read it. But I will tell about one small book, Consolation. If any person wants consolation, give that small booklet, Consolation, very small, very small. I don't know the latest price, maybe less than 5 rupees. But if you give that small book, it will give consolation to the person who is not having happiness, who is suffering, who is sad. Just give that book. I am telling one of the sentences from that book, Consolation. God has not made any mistake by giving birth to you and has brought to you on this earth. God has not made any mistake in bringing you to this earth and giving birth to you. God has not made any mistake. That means when He has made you, He has brought you with certain purpose, and you have a special purpose for which you have come to life. So don't give up your body. Don't give up the hope. There is hope for everybody. Never tell I am a sinner. Always say I am a child of God. You go on telling I am a child of God, and you will become a child of God. These are all the teachings. If you go to our old mutt, just in front of the old mutt, Shashi Maharaj statue is there, during the 150th anniversary of Shashi Maharaj, that was then there. And there are certain teachings also have been given. So in that also you get selected teachings of Shashi Maharaj. And another book is very small book, Path to Perfection, very small book, but gives the gist of the whole of spiritual life. See what a wonderful way he could communicate, and he could give the gist of the whole of spiritual life. The gist, what he said, you are seeing the symbol. This is the symbol of Ramakrishna Mission, emblem. So when Swamiji was in New York, he was on his breakfast table, and then he got the message that he has to prepare the design for Ramakrishna Mission. So he took up an old envelope, cut it, and on the second side, which was vacant, which was plain, and he just gave the design. This is the design he drew, and then sent to the person who prepared design based on his rough sketch. So what is given there, all of you know that the sun is there, which knowledge, and the lotus denotes bhakti, love, and the waves of water are the waves of karma, and the serpent denotes the kundalini power. That means kundalini power goes from Muladhara to Sahasrara. At that time you get samadhi, and that is the end of Raj Yoga, that is the culmination of Raj Yoga. And when you practice bhakti, that is bhakti yoga, waves of water. Sun is denotes knowledge, it is Gyan Yoga, and the lotus and the waves of water are the waves of karma, that is Karma Yoga. And inside it is written, Tanno Hansa Prachodayat. Inside, in the center, is a swan. Tanno Hansa Prachodayat. This is how Hansa is equal to Paramhansa is equal to Paramatman is achieved. How? By combining 4 yogas. Now Shashi Maharaj has explained these 4 yogas in this small book, Path to Perfection. What he said is that we are already perfect. It is our delusion that we are not perfect. That is why we are imperfect. Otherwise we are already perfect. So what is the problem? Where is the problem? Problem is our ego. Remove the ego, you are already perfect. The Atman is always there perfect. Atman is not imperfect. But there is a cloud of ignorance, the cloud of ego that has overpowered that perfection. So remove that imperfection, remove that ego, and the perfection is already there. So the whole, the gist of all the, following all the 4 yogas, the aim is to remove this ego. How a Raj Yogi removes that ego? By always meditating and calming his mind and forgetting his ego. That is Raj Yoga. What a Gnani does, I am not the body, I am not the mind. He tries to forget his false self. What a devotee does, Naham Naham Tuhu Tu. Oh God, I am not there. You are everything, you are everything, you are everything. So there, that is how he tries to forget his ego. And Karma Yogi, he is so much absorbed in serving others, in doing unselfish service, that he forgets his own self. And that is how all the 4 yogas is nothing but just removing the ego. Perfection is already there, and the perfection will be maintained, will be immediately attained, or will be there. And this is a word that used by Swamiji also. Each soul is potentially divine, already divine, but potentially divine. And the goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, dogmas, rituals, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So the same message that Swamiji gave has been explained very well, beautifully well, in a very condensed manner, in a manner which can be easily understood in this book of Swami Ramakrishnananda. So Ramakrishnananda's books are not only full of bhakti and not only full of scholarly wisdom, but also having the spiritual tint in it, and which can directly appeal to us and which can be very useful to us. So let us offer our humble salutations to Swami Ramakrishnananda Ji Maharaj. He was having tons of love. You cannot describe his devotion, his faith, whole night standing with umbrella just because there were holes and Sri Ramakrishna's photograph was there and the water was coming down, whole night standing with an umbrella. Can we guess, can we imagine that type of thing? And here in Madras, this is the place. We still have, why we feel such holy vibrations in Madras Math? Because of the tapasya that he did, because of the great devotion that he performed, the great devotional practice that he performed here with so many years, and that is why we are getting as a result. So Shashi Maharaj had so much of love towards Sri Ramakrishna, so much of bhakti, so much of shraddha. So let us offer our humble salutations to Sri Maharaj, and our prayer to him will be, you have so much of it, at least have, even if we get one portion of your devotion, our human life will be blessed. With that prayer, and I offer my humble pranams to the divinity which is present in all of you, and I express my gratitude to Swami Gautamanand Maharaj for giving me this opportunity of being a part of this 125th anniversary of Chennai, because as I told you yesterday, it is my mother center. I feel oneness with that, because before joining I was here and I have sweet memories of Kailashani, Tapasyani and so many monks. So I am grateful to Swami Gautamanand for giving this opportunity. I offer humble pranams at the feet of all of them. Thank you very much.